Excellent. Welcome back, everyone. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. No, I'm kidding. We don't have sponsors, nor do we want them.
Yes, we do.
I bet you I could get the ointment I have to put on my scar to sponsor us.
That's actually sounds like the kind of sponsorship I could get behind.
Literally.
Anyway, let's go ahead. Anyone that wants to and recap what happened in our session last week, in case someone was not in attendance or you all have forgotten.
I'm going to take the ladder on that one. Oh, excuse me. What is the ladder?
What is the ladder? Very good.
There wasn't a ladder.
He has forgotten.
So let's see. We started out by chatting with Horrible Ooze, Paleon, and the mother. Paleon's mostly still here. He and a Baloth are one. We decide to go forward to camp, to the camp, as stealthily as we can. We ran into an AT-AT? AT-AT? How do you...
ATST. This is the all-terrain scout transport. The AT-AT is the big four-legged one.
Gideon ran away for the fight, but he came back. Then, yeah, whatever. Then Saxon made the ATST into a bomb, and some of you guys went to camp and saw that like a bunch of stormtroopers and a TIE fighter were coming towards us. And we hid somewhat. And they went to explore the ATST, and there was a giant explosion. We also saw Sanse Shaysol was in the TIE fighter, but he was not in the explosion as he appeared behind us, Saxon, and that's where I think we ended.
I kind of envision him now as the bathhouse monster. Yes, no face. Thank you. Just showing up, following, like.
Interesting. There was a key detail about Sanse Soul, if anyone remembers the.
His eyes were stars.
Eyes.
That's right, little pinpricks of light.
And
very,
made his new droid companion M5 with
That's true.
And 2 guns. The underbarrels, both of them. And he walks like a scorpion because his walking speed, climbing speed, and swimming speed are all the same.
And you looted a medium repeating blaster.
Yes.
Don't forget that, because that will come in handy on some transport for you later.
Yes.
That
repeating blaster.
Too big for a person to wield, but it can be put on a vehicle.
Right. You can put it on a land vehicle, or you could probably mount it on a single starfighter, like a single size spaceship, like a TIE fighter or an X-Wing or one of the Z-95 headhunters.
Or if we have like a shuttle for our main ship, something like that.
Yeah. A single fighter.
Just like
I don't know if it could go on to like a transport shuttle, like the Imperial transport shuttle's probably a little too. That's probably too big, because that's technically a 30-person shuttle. Gilad Paleon had attempted escape 2 sessions ago, and in the process of the chase, you all saw the mother do something that you're not sure about to him, something uncertain, and he sort of...
It's called bukkake.
No.
Forbidden ritual of bukkake among the Sith.
This episode sponsored by bukkake.
It's an episode sponsored by Lubrider.
Anyway, we've strayed from the path. So you saw something happen to him, and he is still Paleon, but he isn't Paleon. He looks the same. He acts mostly the same, but he is not. The Force users can sense that there's something different about him. And through you all ran into an ATST, had quite the harrowing combat experience, where I almost killed those of you who got up close to it, because yes, let's walk up to a giant robot machine of destruction.
Oh, Brentley killed something again.
Yeah, Tech Triff shows up at the last minute every time and just blows things up. Imagine how much I would have to increase everything's hit points if he was here and fighting the whole time. So it's a good balance. He literally is the Deus Ex Machina for this group sometimes.
Sometimes.
M3 has some moments too where he is just like, "You are dead now," Zhink. Which is also great.
The verdict is death, and you have been selected.
So after that, the some of the stormtroopers that when they lost contact with the ATST, they began to come in, search for their fallen companions or their missing companions. Saxon had very cleverly and deftly rigged the ATST as a sort of bomb with a bunch of power cells, and it really doesn't get much more like guerrilla warfare-esque. Very simple but incredibly effective explosion that blasted 3 stormtroopers into smithereens, like literally dust. There is nothing left. You can actually see flash imprints on the ground from where they once were. And
I think it was
however,
but yeah, fuck yeah.
well, in close proximity, I mean, you strapped a bunch of power cells and something else. What was the other thing you strapped to it? It was big. Went boom. Not the grenade. You had another accelerator of some kind attached to.
Oh, he has spark plug for speeder or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. You had something related to or the ignition, something related to speeder. Either way, it made things go bigger. Boom, boom. Quite exciting. However, Sun Shay Soul, somehow miraculously appeared behind Saxon moments before the explosion, maybe at the same time. It's hard to tell. And this time his eyes, and of course he found you because you all failed. A few of you failed your your stealth checks. Surprise. And he appears instantly behind Saxon. And that is where our session will pick back up. With Sunshay Soul saying, "Where are we going, dear Saxon?" However, before that, as you all hear the words of Saxon, each of you sees, or of Saxon, of Sunshay Soul, each of you sees a brilliant flash of white, and time is suspended for just a moment as you all stand in this sort of never-ending white plane. Everywhere you look, you turn up, down, you just see brilliant white light. You can see each other. You don't see a floor. You don't see a ceiling. Just white. And in front of you all stands your friend Spruik. And he turns and speaks to you all. And in this moment, you all understand his Shriwook speech. Give me just a second. This image of Spruik says to you all, "My new friends, I have sensed I must be somewhere else at this very moment to do something very important. I feel it has to do with finding my family, but I can't be sure. We've gone far, and I can sense that ultimately you will all do the right thing on your paths to wherever this universe guides you. While I'm not a Jedi, nor will I ever be, I will always bend towards the good, and you all have good in you, even the little shotgun-wielding asshole Jawa. If you ever find yourself near some Wookiees in need of help, try your best to rescue them. We need all the help we can get right now. I hope to find my way back to you all sooner rather than later. May the Force guide you to where you need to be." And in that moment, a flash, and you all return back to reality. A brief moment, a boon of the Force, where time was suspended for a friend to bid not farewell, but au revoir
See
for
you
now.
later.
And there, Saxon, you see instead of Spruik, the wispy, glowing visage of Sunshay Soul as he kneels down with his starlight pinprick eyes, and he says, "Are you deaf? I believe I asked where you said you were going."
And Saxon's just like, over there, far away from me, in a straight line. Go there now.
So that he asked where you're going. Also, I thought you were dead.
I'm just gonna start walking in that direction I pointed to in a straight line.
As you turn to walk, Sunshay Soul shifts and takes on the form of the mother, the guise that you've normally seen her in, with long, flowing yellow hair, thick. And she smiles and says, "Oh yes, he is quite dead. But don't worry, they don't know that." and then she shifts
Oh.
back into Sunshea Soul.
What's the big woman again? Oh no, this is worse.
So is Paleon also here?
Yes, Paleon is also here.
Well,
How many of you are there? 3. I calculate 3 right now.
Paleon leans back, leaning on a tree, just kind of stroking his chin, and he goes, I don't believe I can describe it in a way that you would understand. It goes beyond beings of this capacity. I am here. I am over there. And I believe that physically, those are all of the me's currently on this planet. There might be another. I don't know. We're all one.
So that big explosion that just happened, they're coming this way right now. So we should either start moving or we should, take cover or whatever. I do have a terrible idea. If anybody wants to hear it, yes.
Let's hear it.
Yes.
All right. The Empire one, he acts like he caught us and takes us inside because we're the ones.
No,
that set
we've done this
off.
plan
Sounds like
already.
a bad idea.
I said it was a terrible idea. Okay. I did
The
say
Sunshea Soul turns to you and says, They do all think that I am their commander. I look like him. I am him.
I'll say this much, Tarek. Sure, we've done this plan, and look where it got us. But at the same time, look where it got us. We're mostly fine, right?
we're 1 for 1 so far on the terrible plan. So
I don't
we may as
know.
well make it 2 for
Why
1.
don't we?
Are we
was
1
Zach-
for 1, or are we more like 2 for 400? Like,
I said 1 for 1 on terrible plans, not.
Why don't we go hide in the woods, make a plan to approach the camp, and then we will use that plan. Whatever plan we decide on.
We need to discuss this on the way there.
hmm.
Because they're big distraction, big explosion. We go okay. For now, we go.
And you see Sunshea Soul. Oh yes, they're almost here. They're calling out to me on the communications now to see if I'm all right. Do you think I should respond?
Tell them you're all right, and that you went the opposite direction. That you've picked up a trail.
Am I to follow you with this trail?
No, the trail is pretend. You're the opposite direction, and you've got a pretend trail.
Yeah, and Paleon leans in and goes, Yes, well, they are savvy enough to know sabotage when they see it. Saxon's bomb was effective, but not subtle.
It was a bomb. It's hard for it to be subtle.
Well, again, effective, but not subtle. They'll look at that, and any stormtrooper with half a wit would know that nothing inside of an ATST normally would cause an explosion of that magnitude.
Right, fair. That's fine.
Hey,
Okay, why don't we all go hide in the woods?
Hey, Tarek.
Yeah.
Do you ever see an old show on the HoloNet? It was a big finale, and they had taken an airship, and they dumped all the crew out of the airship. And it might have been at somebody's birthday.
Somebody's birthday.
That's an Avatar. The last
Oh,
Airbender.
yeah.
I'm thinking we have this guy pretend to be who he is, pretend that we're captured.
That is who I am.
We go to the bridge, swift coup, take out all the leadership there. We now have control of the ship. The crew is no longer relevant. And so we either keep them on the ship locked somewhere so they can't kill us, or we just kind of leave them here and say, sorry.
We could try to do this diplomatically. It's not a bad idea.
I'm always up for the diplomatic way, because then we may make friends.
Oh.
I feel
Suddenly
the Empire-
Nax is here.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have
Empire's
to
pretty-
go ahead. Remind me in a minute. Go, Dan.
Oh, I was just the Empire is pretty kill on sight for us right now, I think. So maybe diplomacy's out the window with the exploding scout transport.
People tend to not like it when you kill their people.
It crackles behind him and like pops with another explosion or some shit. I don't know. This isn't an anime.
Both plans have potential. I will say it is likely that we could get you onto the bridge or near the bridge as prisoners, and you could easily lock it down. There are protocols to seal the bridge off so that the crew of the bridge might stay in control and avoid extermination from vagabonds. At the same time, we are also the commanding officers of this vessel, which means that diplomacy is also an option. It's whatever you all think is best. And as this happens, it's both Sunshay Soul and Gilid Paleon that are talking, almost like they're completing each other's sentences. It's one mind bouncing it back and forth. You're not certain which one to look at.
Don't like that. Still don't like that.
I'm with you. It's uncomfortable. Okay, can we go hide first and then maybe discuss this so that they
Yes.
don't come and shoot us in the backs?
Yes, I agree with this.
Yes, captains. Yes, I'm quite alive. No, I'm afraid all the troopers have perished. You all might want to hurry.
Okay, let's go.
I'll be waiting for you in the field, Captain. Bring 3 patrols and send the 2 TIE fighters in the air for reconnaissance.
Why would you tell them to do that?
Paleon leans over. They have to believe it's real, lad.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Big explosion, big
All right,
distraction.
if you're all hiding,
Yeah,
great. As
with
soon
with
as
some
you all,
cover.
as you scramble into the woods, I need all of you to roll a stealth check.
Do I need to roll for M5 as well?
No, you can roll once for both of you.
Okay.
7. I need a
Guidance.
potion of pass without a trace.
Could I forego my advantage on stealth checks because of my armor to help M3 with his?
Sure,
check?
you could help by helping M3. You could give him advantage, and you not advantage. You regular.
Yeah, I would be.
I
okay
already
with-
rolled at disadvantage.
Oh, well,
What was the better of the two?
18.
Take the 18 then, since
I was 18.
since Zawarudo is helping you.
Nice.
I will roll just 1d20, 14 plus stealth 7, 21.
21.
I've got
All
a
right,
14.
14. Saxon.
Total, I got a 7, but I rolled a natural 1.
Okay, Nax.
Harvard
Oh,
and
I didn't
Riverfield.
roll. My bad. I thought I wasn't supposed
You
to. Be there.
you're there. I have a thing for you. Go ahead and do your roll, and then we'll do your thing.
Let me add. Oh, well, a natural 1. So whatever I add to it.
Excellent. No, this works out. This works out. As you all are hustling into the woods, M3 just starts off going, hiding is stupid at the loudest volume that his vocabulator can achieve. Before as he gets hiding is stupid, as Za covers his mouth and gently points things out, and you hear in mock human sigh as M3 follows Zawarudo. Tarek manages to deftly disappear. Tektrif somehow barely exists. He's like a ghost in the force as he floats into the woods. Saxon, as you... Oh, hey, dog. My dog
Saxon's just
disappeared.
trying to ride M5, carrying Ektrif, and just it collapses. Like an arm just buckles under the weight of carrying the baby Jedi, and it's just bad.
And at the exact same instant as you fall, as a tiny portal appears, and Nax falls through it, crashing on top of the wreckage that has already happened. Or not Saxon, Nax, just as he falls on top of Saxon. Nax, you had been having the most pleasant dream. You really needed to recuperate and rest. Not the physical strain of the crash landing, but the fact that there's no kitchen on this planet. You have to freaking cook your meals over a fire like a peasant.
Do you know how
Just
hard it is to regulate the heat? Like, Jesus.
the emotional strain. So you followed the children with Abeloth back to her cave. Uh, And the entire way that you were walking, the entire time you were walking, you with each step became more tired and more tired and more tired until you were barely keeping your eyes open, your trunk drooping and dragging on the ground slightly. Finally, Abeloth offered to pick you up and carry you so that you could rest. Just as you are entering the mouth of this cave that she was carrying you into, you fall into a deep slumber. I need a retroactive perception check from you, please, Nex.
All right. Perception.
Retroactive perception check.
Yeah, we're in the past right now. It's
Cool.
It's time. I can do what I want.
What the?
Swibbly wobbly.
It's the second natural one in a row.
Natural one. Nax, it is a deep, dark, cozy cave. As you close your eyes and fall into a slumber, you dream of immaculate kitchens filled with incredible hors d'oeuvres, heaping entrees, and the most delectable desserts. Everything that you could possibly imagine. Just everything you could want. The most incredible dream. At one point in the dream, however, as you're swimming through the Star Wars equivalent of banana pudding, like quite literally swimming in a tub of it, just the greatest dream. You hear a sound like wet feet walking across tile, like that sort of wet slapping sound. Yeah, like,
Mm-hmm.
and it stumbles. When you turn and look towards a door that suddenly appeared, you see harrowed, thin, bloodied, and beaten, as if he hasn't eaten in years, the figure of Bane, hunched and weak, with one hand on the doorframe to support himself. He stumbles towards you. He has multiple cuts and gashes. His skin is gaunt, like a skeleton. He looks almost nothing like the Bane that you know. As he walks up to you, he puts his hand on the side of your head and he says, "Don't let her have the black book." And then he grabs your head and a pulse of energy. And the next thing you know, you're laying on top of Saxon in a field, smoking with a smoking ATST nearby, and several speeders of stormtroopers very quickly surrounding you.
The very first thing that's going to come out of Nax's mouth is banana pudding.
This isn't no time for pudding.
What's a banana?
Get off of me!
And I'll
Tarek,
get
did
off
you
of-
say that?
No, well, this was back in the past, right?
No, this is
No,
now.
now.
He popped into now. Did you
You
yell that
said
out loud?
you said by the ATST.
Yeah, he just crash landed on Saxon.
Oh,
That-
never
We
mind.
didn't
was
get
Nax-
very far.
You guys are
Sorry,
like getting
I
into the
thought we
woods.
had been walking. My bad. I don't say that.
Get
Okay.
off of me, Nax! This is
Wait,
no
so
time
they're
for banana
surrounding
pudding.
us?
Yeah, I'll get off
No,
of Saxon.
M3, Saxon, Nax, and M5 did not make it into the woods. The rest of you have hidden successfully. But the two who failed their checks plus M5 because he's part of Saxon. As soon as these about 15 speeder bikes full, each loaded with a stormtrooper, just zoom, 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 zoom. Sunshay Soul in the communicator goes, "I believe I've found 2 of them. Perhaps 3. It's a droid. They're here in the field. Surround them quickly. Take aim, but do not fire."
This is bad. This is bad. Nax, into the forest.
Saxon's up on M5.
Do we
M5.
have communicators?
You all have communicators. You can hear each other.
Can I say something to Saxon without being heard? Like if I whisper?
I mean, yeah.
Saxon, the 3 of you stay there. We'll use Paleon as a bargaining chip. We won't let you get hurt.
No, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here now.
Are you running, Saxon? You gonna run to the woods?
Yeah. I would.
Yeah. Let's. We'll keep running into the woods. Saxon's like, or Empire's
Great.
got Tektrif in his bottom two hands, and Saxon's on M5 shoulders, repairing the broken one.
Okay. Roll dexterity checks for me, please.
Oh, the vines.
Just one?
You're not quite at the woods yet. You've got about
How
30 feet to go.
30 feet?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
all
one
of
movement.
us- all of
I
us
am
roll
going to
dex.
use my reaction to rescue Nax. He comes to me within 30 feet. You
Oh.
pull one willing ally you can see within 30 feet of you to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of you. They have to use their reaction to accept the pull.
Nax, do you accept the pull?
Yeah, sure.
Great, Nax, you feel a little tug on the force, a familiar tug. Even though you're not force sensitive, you can tell that a friend is reaching for you, and suddenly, much the same way that you got there, you vanish and reappear right in front of Tarek. Saxon, I still need a dexterity save, and I do need one for M5 as well.
I figured M5 can help Saxon.
Okay, well, I'm temp boosting Saxon.
Okay.
Great. He's dexterity check for Saxon's a 19, and for M5, oh, that's a natural 19, which in total is a. Is it a save?
Yes, it's a save.
So that's 24 for M5.
24. Great. As
19
you're running towards the trees, several blue bolts, stun bolts, hit the ground as you and M5 zigzag your way quickly to the trees.
Not again! Not again! He's turning a wrench in M5's arm as it. Gotcha.
Very, very quickly, you're in the trees with the rest of your friends. However, they all know where you are now.
Keep running. Keep running. It's bad. Keep running.
Is it possible? How tall are these trees?
They're all pretty tall. Not like Shriwook tall. Not Kashyyyk tall, but I would say 60 to 80 feet.
Theoretically, if we got up where there are branches, could we Naruto style run from branch to branch? Is it that thick of a forest?
You could try.
There
How quickly
are
can you climb?
uh
Because they are on speeder bikes and maybe 60 feet
M3
away.
can fly. I'm gonna just posit the lads. You want to go up the speeder bikes? Can't they'll be on the ground? We'll be up there. Just an idea as we're running.
I like climbing. I have a climb speed equal to my run speed because I'm a Cathar. So I'm all about it.
Thoughts? Anybody else?
M5's got a climbing speed, so that works out good.
Let's do it. I'm gonna grab Nax. He's under my arm. I am gonna cast Phase Strike so I can double my movement and try to get up to a branch.
Great. You're all going up into the trees? Are you attempting to take Paleon with you? The mother Paleon? Mommy Paleon?
Oh, I forgot about that fucking asshole.
He can
No.
hold on to M5 as it's carrying Tektrif, and Saxon can use his jetpack to get up to the trees, I guess.
Oh, that's a good idea.
So, like, the legs of M5 are holding
You, of
Tektrif's.
course, are assuming I want to go up into the tree.
Well, it's
We
either that
do.
or you're helping us here, so we're helping you get up in the trees.
Saxon, did your parents ever tell you when you were younger that sometimes you needed to be helped in a way you didn't think was helpful?
What kind of saying is that? What?
That's not
Have M5
nice.
cover his mouth and bring him in the tree.
Mother knows best, Saxon.
Sure. Okay, big lady. Whatever you say. Big
I will
lady.
go into the tree with you, if that's what you think is the right course of action. If you're going in the tree, I need an athletics check, unless you're M5, who is flying, or Saxon, who I think is also flying.
Oh.
M5 has 4 arms, so that is his climbing
Yep.
ability. His walking speed is the same as climbing.
20
It's
total.
cool now.
20 total. The flyers are good.
Athletics check.
Don't you have a climb speed, Saw?
Yeah, it's equal to my movement speed, but I think he.
Yeah, it
Let's
still
look
needs
at that.
and I need one from Nax too.
I was
Oh.
with Nax. No, I was carrying
I
Nax.
Yeah.
Oh, then roll with disadvantage.
Okay,
Alright.
that's still a 17.
Okay, 17 or succeeds.
I'm an
I
18.
just wanted to see if I could get a spit take. Sorry, Za, what?
18.
18. Very good. All of you that needed to roll succeeded. You're very quickly in the trees as 8 speeder bikes through the woods in hot pursuit. Overhead, you hear as 2 TIE fighters sweep over the canopy. You're buried in pretty deeply, so it's hard to see. They wouldn't be able to see you with their eyes. Anyway, not easy to see visually. But for now, a moment of stillness rests in the jungle. Well, we're in the trees.
Where's the
How?
camp in relation to us, Paleon?
If only your friend who asked where North was all the time was here.
We don't understand him. I built the machine to understand him.
And he hasn't been here. We lost him in the woods and
Well, I
this
Yes,
whole
he'll
understand
turn
fucked up
up.
him.
planet.
He'll pop out and shoot a shotgun eventually. It always happens at least every 2 weeks.
The camp is less than a quarter of a kilometer that direction, which would be northeast, I suppose.
I see that someone in this situation has planned for this question, so I appreciate them for doing that. Trying to be
I
not
should-
too meta.
I should be able to guide the party to the camp because I went and scouted it last session.
Oh, he
on my-
did. Yeah, can we travel on the treetops or on the tree limbs? Like I said, we all will put our arms behind our backs and run.
And Naruto run.
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
Fuck you, Jesse. I listen to that every day when I work out.
You can
Oh,
try.
gosh.
You can certainly try. It'll be a series of athletics checks, as well as some stealth checks. If
think
you are
it's-
flying, you will roll stealth checks with disadvantage because flying boots make sound.
Can we fiber cord everybody to everybody? That might be a good idea. Strong people
Sure.
at the front.
I mean, we can have Paleon say that they're in this section.
Why don't
Well,
we
I'm
just climb
thinking-
down now?
Yeah.
That's
actually,
also an
with
option.
M3.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's climb down.
They're probably
I fly
watching.
down.
Can we travel like maybe like a couple trees and then climb down?
I fly to the next tree. And then I go down.
Thank you, M3.
How's it look down
Anything
there?
happen? How's it look down here?
You hear the screech and chirp of the local bugs.
It's
A few-
terrible.
But nothing else.
Perception
Sure.
check. Just to see if there's anything. We'll give myself a temp boost.
Sense motive check on M3. He really thinks it's terrible.
There's living things everywhere.
I got a 10.
A 10? Seems fine.
Seems fine. All right. Carrying the Jedi baby like a candy cane. M5 is gonna come down. Saxon's gonna hold on to him as he comes down too.
So you stay there. We'll be back in a moment.
Pointing at.
I'll climb down as well. I'll help Nax.
Thank you.
Is that everybody?
I think so.
I guess I'll climb down. I think I can do that pretty easily.
Yeah. All right. You all climb down. You all climb down and you're on the ground once more. Well, now what? We've climbed up, we've climbed down. I'm thoroughly exercised, and I have not actually physically exercised in over 100,000 years.
Yes. Thank you for the commentary. We should go back to camp now because
100,000.
they're out looking for us.
Let's go to
Yeah.
their camp.
Yes, is what I'm saying. We go there. We hijack the bridge. We shut down it from the outside while they're still out looking for us. I don't know. I'm just spitballing here. I need something hard. Who has liquor? I need it now. It helps me think. Are you holding out on me? You?
I believe this one has lost his mind.
Not the
It
first time.
helps the process.
Unit concurs. There we go.
Very well. I would not assume that all of them are out here searching for you, though.
That's fine as long as some of them are will give us an upper hand. Let's go.
How many of them may I eliminate?
Well,
M3, if they fire on us first, you can eliminate pretty much as many of them as you want until they surrender.
Understood. Eliminate all of them. Thank you.
Until they surrender.
Error.
All right, we'll work
all
it
right.
out later.
As you all are traversing, it's not a long walk, but it takes more time since you're having to be stealthy. Not too long, but I need everyone to roll a stealth check. Every few moments you hear in the distance.
Do
Am
I
I the
need one
12?
for M5?
What? Yes, for M5. Whichever one of you is walking. If you're riding him, if you're riding M5 needs to make the roll.
Okay. That is
Can
what I will do.
I forego my advantage once more to try and help M3?
Sure. M3, he's giving you advantage.
Do you want me to re-roll?
If you only rolled one, yes. If you rolled at disadvantage, then your roll is
I
normal.
always roll stealth at disadvantage.
Great. So this time, take the higher of those two.
18.
18. Fantastic.
16 for M5.
16 for M5, 18, and Tarek, yours was
12.
12. 12. As you're traversing through the woods, a speeder bike comes close. You hear and everyone drops except for Tarek, who, as he's trying to fall, he turns to look behind him, and as he turns back, his head hits a lowered branch from a tree. A speeder bike turns, and you see, as it stops, 30 feet away from you. Saxon, you see the Tarek, you see the stormtrooper's helmet.
You said it's 30 feet?
It's a little farther than that. It's
In
close
that
enough that it
case,
can physically see you.
I would like to force propel him off the bike and towards me.
You're gonna force pull?
It's force propel. Choose one or more creatures or objects not being worn or carried within 60 feet. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. I'll force throw him. The range is 90 feet.
Throw him towards yourself.
Yeah, towards me. So I'm gonna throw him.
Towards.
Alrighty.
Can M3 stand up?
A
in your
tiny
path?
creature or object.
A small can be moved 60 feet. A medium can be moved 30 feet.
30 feet, I see. Okay. So you're trying to move him 30 feet towards you?
Yeah.
Alrighty. What is your DC?
It is 17.
17. 17?
That's what it has here on my sheet.
That is, I believe it. That's high, but I believe it. Ooh, bitch. 18. 18 for the stormtrooper who rolled a 17 and has a +1. So as you reach the stormtrooper, you pull, and just as your hand comes up, you hear the whine of his speeder bike engine engage as he shoots off into the woods quickly. Just
So he ran away from me?
for the moment.
He's going to get his friends. We leave, and we leave now.
Stay down. I'm gonna run the opposite direction. If they're going towards the camp this way, I want to go this way. Does that make
So
sense?
you want to run the opposite way from the group to try to lead them
No,
away?
so like if they're going straight, I want to go like straight adjacent, like
Okay. Okay.
Parallel?
kind of like
You
loop around.
he wants to fork.
Correct.
You guys are
Correct.
gonna
Yeah.
make a straight
Oh,
line.
this is a much better way to do this.
Yeah. So
Man, you
let's
might get your tree running in here.
So Tarek goes running first. Let's say Saxon's going to cast mobile lights and send like a clone copy of Tarek running behind him. That kind of runs perpendicular to them.
Bamboozle.
A bamboozle.
And then the party runs towards the camp. Yes.
If that's what we're doing, that sounds good to me.
I'll be on the communicator. I'll be fine. I'm already running.
Good.
And I still have my. Let me see. I'm sorry. Let me see how long this phase strike only lasts. Okay, never mind. It only lasts up to a minute. So unless it's been more than a minute since we climbed the tree, has it been more than a minute?
It has been more, like half
Okay,
an hour.
that's fine. Never mind then.
So yeah, okay, great. The rest of the group, easily enough, you off through the woods, and in a few minutes, you're in the sight line. You're on the far side of the river, in sight of the camp. We'll get back to you all in a moment because you were close. Tarek, you go sprinting kind of to make a wide loop, dancing lights. As soon as you are out of sight of your friends, you hear as several speeder bikes come speeding through the woods. You see half of them, two. You can sense four. You see or feel two of them split off, chasing something in nearly the opposite direction to your left. The bamboozle. You got bamboozled.
Bamboozled.
Yeah. I love and hate Mirage. But the two are catching up to you quickly. You cannot outrun them. Physically, it is not possible for you to outrun a speeder bike.
That's fine. I'm gonna. The second that I sense
Hold
the
on,
two
I
coming.
think Zod, did you have something you were trying to say? I saw him light up and then he vanished. Okay. All right, keep going.
I am going to. I'm gonna be running right, and I'm gonna the second I sense the two that had branched off and the two that are coming towards me, I'm gonna like just kind of slide to a stop, turn to face them, and hold my lightsaber out in front of me and turn it on, and just kind of wait for a second. And I want to, Josh, I have a power called. Okay, that's not really helpful.
Called bamboozle.
A weird power name.
It's called Force Vision. Am I able to cast that on myself?
You
Ability check.
receive a vision through the Force. Are you giving you or one willing creature you can see within range a chance
Oh,
to
I'm
change
sorry.
fate?
I missed the giving you. So I'm gonna cast Force Vision on myself.
So you're giving yourself a vision of the future.
Yeah, just to
That's
prepare
pretty
for
much
whatever's about to happen.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's just like a brief glimpse into the future. It's sort of like what when they're able to predict where things are going to happen.
That's what I'm hoping to do.
Sure. Let me just. Okay, so it basically gives you an advantage
Right.
roll against whatever happens. Okay, so as you turn with your lightsaber blades activating, and you reach into the force, and instead of reaching around you, you reach forward, and you get a glimpse of these two speeder bikes coming at great speed, flanking you, and both of them firing blue streams of energy, stun bolts, just your direction, and in your vision, you take 1, 2, 3 and fall unconscious on the ground. So as this happens, you snap back to reality as they both roll attacks on
I'm
you, and
not spaghetti. Sorry.
I need a dexterity save with advantage for your force vision.
Great. Oh, thank God. First one was the 4, and the last one was dexterity save.
Yes.
Okay, it was an 11, so my saving throw is a +9, so it's 20.
20. Great. As the speeder bike on the right shoots, speeder bike on the left. You manage to dodge deftly left and right. You feel a splash of this energy, this sort of beam that nulls your the nervous system in your body and eventually leaves you inept. And you kind of start to feel yourself weaken. It's not a full-on blast, so I need a Constitution save from you now, please.
Oh, okay. Well,
The
luckily.
DC is modified based on how much of a blast you take.
22. I rolled a 17.
22. You stagger a little bit, but you manage to stay on your feet.
Were they
almost on
close
top of
enough
you.
for me to have?
They are at this point. You could make an attack now.
Okay, I have 2 attacks. Can I try to attack the bikes themselves?
Sure, sure.
Okay, great. First one is a 19,
Okay,
and then you want me to make two separate attacks and then damage, or we do attack damage, attack damage?
just roll your attacks first.
Okay, so then the last one is a 21.
21. They both hit. Roll your attacks.
Okay. D8 energy each. Get my D8 out. So first one is an 8, and then I add. So 14 on the first one.
Yep.
And then 7 damage on the second one.
Great. As you lithely dodge these two, you feel the splash of energy. As they get close, you spin your saber, and you see smoke as you slash the front and back of them respectively. You don't hit the stormtroopers, and the speeder bikes zip around this big tree that you had your back to as they whip around the other side. They're damaged, but they're not down yet.
The bikes
And
are still going.
the bikes have more health than you did damage to in that
Okay.
moment.
Okay.
And they're both going to roll attacks on you now. Does a there's a lot of rolling. What just happened? I think a bunch of my rolls just caught up, or a bunch of your rolls just caught up on my thing. It's a +5. So does a 22 hit?
22 is my armor class, but I am going to go ahead and let's see. I am going to force reflect that.
You're going to force reflect the damage?
Yeah, it's a laser, right?
Yes. It's sort of like a laser. It's like
Well, if it meets my AC, it hits, right?
yes.
Then yeah, I'll force
You
reflect
can
it.
reflect it. I mean, you'll still have to roll a Constitution save.
That's fine.
The other one was a 24 to hit.
Yeah, they both will hit then. Oh well, you know what? Instead of that, can I just use my?
Too late. You made it's too late.
Okay.
You got to make the decision before the whether or not they hit or not is announced.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine.
So yeah, you can reflect. I don't. Can you reflect both or just one?
You attempt to deflect the attack with the force. You use this power. The damage you take from the attack is reduced by 1d10 if you reduce the damage to 0, and the damage is energy,
Reflect
force,
back.
ion,
So you can
kinetic.
reflect one of them.
Okay.
Great. So as they come around, whipping around the tree, just zoom, zoom, 2 other bolts fly at you. One of them you reflect back, and I am actually going to make him roll a con save because these don't do any damage. So technically, if you reduce 0 to 0,
Yeah.
I mean you just reflect it. So he's going to roll a Constitution save against its own DC. And interesting, the other one is going to hit you, and I need a con save from you.
Okay. 20 total.
20 total, not natural.
No.
Fantastic. As you reflect the first one, you see it, and it hits your blade and reflects instantly into the one who shot it, the stormtrooper who shot it. You see him go. He hits the ground and rolls as his speeder bike into the dust. You try to turn right as you are. You feel the impact of a stun bolt in your back. Your knees sag.
Oh no.
And lights start to dim. As you fall unconscious, you see 3 stormtroopers come running through the woods, followed by Sunshay Soul, before blackness takes you and you pass out.
So close.
It was really good. It was really good. The DC you needed for a full blast was 22.
God damn.
And so,
I was sure
is
that
tough.
that fancy necklace had saved me. Wait, does that
The necklace only keeps people from seeing you or sensing you through the Force.
No. That different necklace, the +5
different
I think
necklace?
Constitution.
It's the
I have
Constitution
Oh.
the
necklace.
beam on. I'm sorry. Yeah,
Oh.
that's a necklace.
Oh yeah, no, I mean it certainly helped.
Sidebar,
did.
your AC is 22?
He has a
Yeah.
boosty thing.
Holy poo-poo!
The stats in this game are very high for like damage and armor and
We have 2 tanks.
Obviously. Holy
Oh.
shit. Okay.
M3,
What-
I guess. I count you as a tank, M3.
damage reduction. All right, Za, go ahead.
Yeah, I've got like 100 HP. Of course.
My armor is only 16. That's all.
Your HP is only 60.
No, my armor is only 16. Is what I said.
Mm.
I'm sorry.
But
I
you're
stepped away.
very fast.
I stepped away for a couple of minutes. I know Tarek just got stunned, but I've missed leading up to that. I'm sorry.
Tarek's on his own.
Okay. I figured he would do his own thing.
Good thing he dropped me.
Yeah.
No, I was carrying you the whole time. Just kidding.
All right, so this has all happened. While this is happening, the rest of you have made it to the shore bank of the. If you look on the map, come to me map. You all are nestled in the trees. We'll say right here. No, that's not the clicker that I want. Right here. So this is That's there's only about 8 feet or so. I don't care what the map says. It's only about 8 feet. Even if I snap and it's not 8 feet, because it probably says like 30, it says 35. It's 8 because I want it to be here. That's what I wrote in my notes. That's what it is. You have 8 feet or so to cross this particular part of the river. It gets wider and thinner like a river does naturally. You see that there's a lot of hustle and bustle at the camp. There's just on the eye count, maybe 50 stormtroopers moving in and out. They seem to be working through a series of either tests or preparations. There's a couple doing something over on this giant satellite. There's several, the speeder bikes are almost all gone. There's several here in the command post, sort of making a few changes. They're doing something on their computer consoles. This ATST sort of as it's on patrol. This one sits inert, unmoving. There are stormtroopers manning each gun, and they appear to be on high alert. And others are going in and out of the light cruiser carrying different crates and boxes. Some of them are sprinting with their weapons, like they're appearing to be mustering.
Saxon's gonna, I guess, quietly whisper over to Paleon. He's like,
What are they doing? I thought they would all be gone.
Well, assuming that a good number of them escaped, that transport is capable of holding several hundred souls. So it's likely that a large scout regiment was sent to apprehend you all, while the rest of them are mustering in case backup is required. That would be standard procedure.
What would divert their attention in this situation?
It would be challenging to divert all of their attention. They are trained combatants. They follow orders very well.
And you're giving the orders. So you could give this situation they're not prepared for. There's a black hole that's opening in the middle of it. They all should evacuate and go 300 feet, 300 yards, 300 miles. Why not? In the opposite direction.
Would
Oh,
300 miles on a planet in the opposite direction save
I
them
don't
from a
know.
black hole?
Yes, I don't know. Or some sort of nuclear bomb. I don't know. Something to get them away from here. But that would be pretty cool, right? Say that there'd be a black hole opening there in like an hour.
Yes,
and
they would
all leave.
probably just take the spaceship and leave.
Yeah, they probably just do that and leave. Wouldn't that be oh shit, that'd be terrible. We should steal that ship. We should steal it now.
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, here's what I'll say to your idea, Saxon. There is some merit to it, of course. First off, however, they don't know that I'm alive yet. I have not personally, Paleon me, has not been in contact with them. Now, Son Shamey has been, and of course assumed the guise of command, as is his role. However, there are procedural blockages from leaving a ship in this situation completely unmanned. It is likely that Sunshay could attempt to request for backup and gain perhaps half the troops that you see out there. The rest would be left to maintain a defensible position. When you're on an unknown foreign planet with unknown means of escape, keeping your ship safe in lieu of emergency is a higher priority than apprehending prisoners. Imperial protocol is very tight. There's a reason all of the Jedi were killed. Fancy that I know that now.
But was that reason for fun?
Well, I don't know the reason. Paleon doesn't know the reason. He was just there when the command was given.
As we all were.
Yes, I watched Kiadi Mundi fall. Quite spectacular.
Is he the egg-headed one?
Yeah, he's the one with the really big tall head, two brains.
He was secretly a Sith.
There's a conspiracy theory about that I thought was
There
funny.
is a conspiracy theory about Kiadi Mundi being Sith.
All right then.
So what's your plan? We could try to distract them. We could try to sneak onto the ship. It's really your game. I'm just excited to have friends again.
Yes, big lady, whatever you say.
No, I'm still Paleon.
Ah,
Mostly.
right. Mm-hmm. Whatever you say, big lady. Mm-hmm. Need a moment to
Well,
think.
we can all agree that Tarek is
Oh,
We
okay.
going
Bye, Brent.
Tarek, what? You cut out
is dead.
right after you said Tarek.
Oh, dead.
Oh, well, I feel like we saw him get stunned. I don't think he died.
We didn't.
Oh, did you all see that?
No, they would not have seen it. But Za, you can still feel Tarek is alive. Like you can
Oh, well,
feel him in the force because he's not wearing his Towson amulet anymore. So you
Oh,
can
well,
sense him in the force.
he's not dead, but it's weird that I know that because he usually has his necklace on, so something has happened to him. I can infer that much, I believe.
You could infer that something's going on, but he's not dead, and that's important.
But it's being able to feel him is weird, so I assume his necklace is not on him, which
Yeah,
leads me to believe something is taking it off of him. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I wasn't wearing it. I haven't worn it since we gave it to Saxon.
Oh,
okay. Well then, I guess I can't infer that, and I have
then
no
Saxon
idea.
should be even more afraid that the mother can find him, even with the Towson amulet on.
Always afraid of that big lady.
I mean, I straight up thought we should just pretend to be captives and let them bring us into the ship, take us to the bridge, seal the bridge, best everyone inside. The ship is ours. I thought that was a pretty solid plan.
I agree. This is a pretty solid plan. He can still bring us in as the
I
hero
concur.
of the story.
Last time I destroyed a Star Destroyer. This is a good plan.
Oh, right. That's how we got here. Well, as long as we don't let him on the black hole thing, we should be fine,
Look,
right?
as long as we only need one plan, right? As long as it keeps working, we'll just keep using it. It always seems to work out.
Hasn't let us down yet, except
We've been doing it for 5 years, right?
Oh my god. As you guys are discussing the plan, about 800, 600, somewhere in there, a couple hundred feet up the river, you see two speeder bikes come towards the camp. You see Sunshay Soul driving one of them. Mag cuffed to the back of the one Sunshay Soul drives is an unconscious Tarek. The other one is just a stormtrooper who has the what appears to be the body of another stormtrooper draped across the back.
He was
What-
against
Like
this
Tarek
plan.
killed
No-
one.
What the hell? Come on, guys. Let's go be captured again. For pretend. Like,
I mean, this
do we
time
have
I'm not
to-
invisible to screw it up, so
Are we willingly surrendering or fighting?
well, we'll save the fighting for when we get to the bridge and have an isolated number of people to fight. You see, why fight all of them when we could just fight some of them and then take the ship as our own?
Yeah, but we also have kind of made ourselves enemies of them, so why would they even get us to the bridge? Even
Because
if we
we
give
have
ourselves up.
because we have Sandyman and Captain Cool Guy over here, who are our
I
perfect.
appreciate that name.
I couldn't remember your actual name. I'm sorry.
Paleon, although I will accept Captain Cool Guy.
Cool guy.
Well, I'm gonna stick with that because my brain can remember the alliteration.
I haven't been cool ever. I was loved the highest in my class at the academy, but did not make many friends.
Hey,
Saturday
Rain's
mornings
cool.
on Cartoon Network, Captain Cool Guy and Sandy Man.
I'd watch it.
Fuck yeah.
If we are turning ourselves in, I will follow. I pull out my sword.
Okay, well, just try to remember that we're pretending to be captured, so don't actually stab me, please.
As you guys are preparing yourself, you hear a high-pitched squeal through your communicators for just a moment, like a and you hear a familiar voice, a clone voice, say, broadcasting on an open frequency to all those within range. This is Lieutenant Commander Bug. We've got your man. We know you're out there. We also know that you've got the Admiral. We suggest a hostage exchange at our camp. I know you're watching. The longer you wait, the more likely it is your friend has pieces of him taken off. Bring the Admiral. We'll trade you him for Tarek. And then the communication cuts out.
Oh, well, there we go. Now we're invited.
Hmm.
They've obviously taken negotiation tactics from you, M3. Terrible to see.
I think this is an excellent plan.
I don't feel like we have too much of a choice other than go to see him.
I mean, they're absolutely going to betray us and try to kill us, right?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
No.
I mean, they're pretty mad. We roasted them when we were in the ship. We roasted that one lady. Her face got all burned. We kicked the other one in
Oh,
the
I
face.
forgot about
Oh,
that.
hell yeah.
Oh yeah, dude, they're gonna be mad. They're gonna absolutely betray us and try to kill us. So
And we've also destroyed a little bit of their stuff here.
I wouldn't
just-
worry too much. They are still clones, and they have no choice but to follow orders.
Good soldiers follow
Alien,
orders.
I think we should make sure you look roughed up.
I
To be convincing. Perhaps
If
a
you-
missing arm.
I
well,
think sure, cut off my arm, M3.
no, 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 no. Please don't
Find
cut off
out.
his arm. If if we give him if we give them an injured Captain Cool Guy, then they're gonna injure Tarek, and I don't want to be listening to him complain about how we're responsible for it in the future.
He already's missing one eye. What else is?
Yeah, and we never hear the end of that, do we? Imagine if he had a hand gone too.
Oh, I hear you're interested in hands, M3.
I am very interested.
You may have mine.
Oh God!
Mm-mm,
I look at
mm-mm.
Zaw.
Please don't.
Fine.
Yes, you're a good droid, aren't you?
I will give you
No.
any hands that I cut off during the fight because it's inevitable. They're all yours.
No, don't do that.
Okay, you earn your own hands. That's cool. I was trying to be nice.
Sorry, my computer froze for a second.
That's cool.
No problem. All right, so are
M3's gonna go over to Gillian and like just grab him and drag him out into the open.
perfect. As soon as you come out, not seconds after you come out into the woods, you hear the as several hundred guns are pointed in your direction. None fire, but many are aiming.
Hello, everyone. My name is M3R-DR. I am a combat droid. I have acquired Gillian's Talananana to exchange for carrot.
A few moments later, you see three stormtroopers in crimson red armor. One of them missing an arm. Sunshay Soul with a floating Tarek. Coming up to you. They have a contingent of maybe 20 stormtroopers that follow. They stand on the other side of the river from you, within shouting distance, but not too close. And Lieutenant Commander Bug, he has one hand, pulls his helmet off, tucks it under his arm, and says, "A fair prisoner exchange. Our Admiral, for your man."
Hello, Lieutenant Bug. Do you recall me in your memory bank?
I won't deal with you, droid. You're a traitor. That's it.
Oh, I thought
You're
there
a
would be
traitor.
more to that. Okay, that's certainly fine. I merely follow my core program.
Don't we all?
That is
All right. I'll look at M3. I'll say, you can let him go now.
what was that, Saw?
You can let him go now. And then I'll
Not
look
until
at
we
the.
have Carrot.
Well, I don't think they're gonna send him to us unless
Hmm.
we're gonna give him a show of good faith. I think.
Same
So,
time. I'll
Am I
float.
still completely unconscious?
Yes. We'll float Tarek to you, and you send the Admiral to us.
Through a communicator, Saxon's gonna talk to Zaw and be like,
We don't even know if he's alive. We need to see him move by himself or talk.
I mean, I can feel that he's alive through the Force. I know that
Okay,
you
well,
can.
I can't feel him, so I can't grab him.
How
through
do we
the
know that
Force.
Tarek is alive?
Yes, yes.
Hmm. A fair point. Sunshay walks over and taps a ghostly finger through the tip of Tarek's forehead. Tarek, it's like having an ice pick stab into the tip of your brain, and you're like, "Ugh!" as you wake suddenly.
Oh,
Very good. A fair prisoner exchange, then.
All right.
Excellent.
How this
I want all my
accomplished
stuff sent over there with them.
We never took your stuff off you.
Great.
You were too asleep. You snore.
I do snore.
Very good. As very quickly, Sunshay Soul lifts up both his hands, and you, Tarek, it's like you're being wrapped in invisible tentacles. It feels slimy
Ugh.
as you're lifted, and both of them floated across the river. And a peaceful exchange. Tarek, you're now back with your friends as you feel this essence of the Force slither off of you. And Haleon is back in command, or back on his side of the river.
Sorry, guys, I had them. I thought I did anyway.
Well, good effort.
Before you all leave, might I have a moment to confer with my commander and this chief staff? I believe we might have a proposition for you.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So they turn and begin to kind of talk. You see, it's Bug, the Lieutenant Commander Bug, Paleon, and Sanshay Soul, which is funny if you think about it, as they all appear to be talking in hushed tones, and you see Bug very angry and very animated after a moment. You can't really make out what he's yelling, but you can hear that he's upset. Eventually, you see him snap, rigid to attention. The look on his face, even for a clone who like, clones don't look happy often, you can feel the rage pouring off of him as he slams his helmet on his head and snaps a salute before turning and stalking back towards the light cruiser. The rest of the guard contingent remain. Paleon turns and says, "It seems that we have come to a decision. Should you all be interested? We're stuck on this planet not because of the gravitational pull, but because the cruiser is out of fuel. We have enough to activate and use sublight engines, but our hyperdrive cannot function without an infusion of Tabana gas. That being said, we need someone to travel to the space station above. Several starships have reported been in and out of that, and our readings with scanners indicate that there is Tabana gas in a few of the ships docked in the hangar on the starship or on the space station. Our proposition to you is bring us the gas so that we can leave, and we'll look the other direction when we're out of the mall. Pretend we never saw you. You'll be free to go, and you can have a shuttle to help you fly away.
We might need a second to talk about this.
Please. Time was given to us. We shall return the favor. Should you accept this deal, know that no harm will come to you. You will be given the resources you need for such a mission. And our troopers will treat you as if you all held marginal rank. You may not bring any of them with you, though. They just simply won't shoot you. Take a moment to discuss.
Are we by ourselves?
I mean, if you all talk together, they're not going to hear you.
Yeah,
You think.
I'm gonna say again, sorry for getting caught, guys. I really thought I could pull that off.
You did not do well.
I knocked one of the bikes over. I killed one of the guys. Well, I didn't kill him, but he might have died from the impact.
No, his neck broke on the impact.
His neck broke on the impact. It was pretty gnarly.
You did.
You would have been proud of me.
Well.
Thanks,
I am moderately proud of you.
I appreciate that. I think if we went by ourselves, it might be okay. I still don't know how I feel about letting the mother off the planet. How does everybody else feel about that?
Not for it.
I'm for this deal. I don't know about the mother yet, but I do want to just say if we as a group decide to go forward with this, I would like to ask for their data on the Jedi project as well.
I don't think you'll get that.
No, we have that disk though that we could try to de-encrypt it.
Decrypt.
Decrypt.
It's encrypted now, and I mean they could either hand the files over or the decryption key. It doesn't matter which, but
I could probably do something with the decryption key.
We had Saxon try already, haven't we?
No one's actually tried to decrypt it yet. You've talked about it, but no one has actually tried it yet. You guys are like, we should do this, and then it never happened.
Saxon, can you decrypt that?
Yes, let me try and decrypt this at this time.
Let's talk about this.
Let's take
maybe on the ship ride up. But for now, if it's just us, I'm fine with taking their deal. I would like Saxon and Nax to inspect the ship we'll be taking first for any bugs, any kind of explosives, any kind of booby traps. Agreed?
That's a great idea.
Yeah,
I'm totally
sweep.
It sounds like a great mission.
I agree. Hey, I'm on board for it. Again, I just don't know how I feel. If it's us alone, I'm fine with that.
Well, there's a reason they haven't gone up there yet. What else have their scanners picked up?
That's a good point.
Well, we know there's hundreds of them here, and they could wipe us out already. So, I mean, the better way already is to leave here, go up there.
We could escape ourselves if we feel it, perhaps.
Yeah, not for nothing, but couldn't we just bail?
You won't have hyperdrive engines. You could bail, but you would have to fly at sublight engines only.
So just
let's go up and see what's up there.
Yeah, which means we could probably only get to Kessel if we were to leave, assuming we could make it through.
Kessel is the closest. If you were able to successfully navigate the mall without light speed, which probably is safer, and get to Kessel, it would take you roughly, depending on whether or not you got trapped in some kind of gravitic anomaly in the process, it would take you at best case 3 weeks of travel.
Jesus.
That's also leaving all the children with Mother here on this planet, which is not optimal.
All the kids with the Mother and Bane.
We have to rescue Bane.
Has anyone seen Bane, by the way? Where the fuck?
He is with the children.
No, I know that. Dylan knows that.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, he also said that there were ships up there that they read on their scanners. So maybe we don't need, maybe we don't need their ships.
Huddle is concluded. Sanche Sol, we will take the deal. Door number 1, please.
Very well.
We're going by ourselves. No one will be accompanying us, and we'd like private time to inspect the ship first.
And
is
what else
fine.
did your scanners show up there? Are there plenty of hostiles to eliminate?
Our scanners did pick up some life forms, but they were minimal. You will be provided with an Imperial shuttle. For the sake of this mission, that shuttle's hyperdrive will be removed until you've returned with the gas. Seems fair so that you don't leave us. And no, I didn't think of that while you were talking about it just a moment ago. I thought of that days ago.
Sure.
I did.
Likely
I just thought I'd
story.
wait for dramatic input. You'll be
That's
given
fine.
ample time to prepare, and the shuttle will be provided for your inspection. As a matter of
There's no-
fact, we would
no
like for
time.
you to remain quarantined on the shuttle until you are prepared to leave. My troopers don't trust you, you see. Something about burning their friends' faces off.
Well, they've been trying to murder us for days, so sorry.
No t-
Is it not
no-
weeks?
Time is hard to tell when you're in weird.
There's an
But
event horizon. It messes with. It's timey-wimey.
I've been here for over 100,000 years, Tarek. I think I know.
Wait,
Does
Paleo, you're
everybody else hear that?
They don't look like they do.
Jesus.
No time like the present. That's what I'm saying. I mean,
Hmm.
you guys doing? I know that ATST kind of kicked a lot of people's asses.
We rested between then or after that.
A short rest.
What's the time from the planet to the shuttle? Excuse me,
Mhm.
from the planet to the station.
It's pretty close, so like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. You just have to
Oh,
break
okay.
Atmo, and then it doesn't orbit the planet, but it would be within orbital range.
It's like in a stationary spot
Yeah,
around
it
them.
sits dead center, and the planet is just kind of off kilter.
Got it.
So it's
Well-
not far. You can see it with the naked eye.
Let's inspect the.
Yeah, take us to our shuttle.
Very well. Welcome aboard, friends.
Also, any funny business, and M3 gets to cut off all your arms. I miss.
Well,
I
M3,
miss Brook.
you may cut off any of my arms that you wish.
See, that confuses me. Usually organics don't enjoy that.
It takes the fun out of it a little bit.
It does take the fun out of it a little.
Perhaps that's
He's a
what it is.
sportsman, okay?
Nonetheless, we look forward to having you all as allies. Welcome to the Empire. And that's where we will end tonight.
Hate that.
Eesh. Yikes. So
Great. Thank you again, Stein, for
No,
pitching
no
in.
problem.
This is
I'm sorry there was no
awesome.
no real combat per se.
No, this
mostly
is
just
perfect.
setting you up for, another
Tarek kicked
dungeon.
butt. That was cool.
Why is Tarek's video fucked up?
Yeah,
What's
it
with
looks
his
like that
video?
for me too. It's funny.
Oh
he's
God, I
great.
hope it's not my.
No,
You look funny in
There you
the
go. That fixed it.
there it
Whatever
is.
you did.
Was it
It
on
was
my
just
end?
no, it was
Yeah.
just
No,
in
no, no.
Streamlabs.
Oh.
So I think
Well,
what
Discord,
happened if you
but-
watch when I turn on my camera.
Yep, we see your fingers.
What the hell is that? Is
Oh,
that a hand?
Oh, it's
Right.
messing up Jesse's now.
But now
Whoa.
now I am.
It's like a quality thing. Maybe it's just a certain amount of cameras being on at one time.
So
No
Hey,
idea.
I don't have my camera on, so
right.
don't blame me.
I'm gonna stop recording here.